Chamberlain. Welcome, Isaac.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you. I hope you're well. And I know King J was particularly excited about getting the opportunity to speak to you because he is a very big boxing fan. So it is very nice to have you with
Oh,
us
really?
today.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
pleasure to be here.
Yeah, nah, it's good. It's good to finally talk, man. It's good to finally talk. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you, bro.
Sorry. Just before we sort of dive into everything, I wanted to know how you're doing. You're looking great. Understand you're sort of currently on your comeback run right now. This is not the easiest time to have a comeback. I think, you've been extremely unlucky with everything that's going on in the world. So how have you been? How have you coped with these very difficult times?
I've been well, I'm just taking every day as it comes. What I'm doing is trusting the process instead of working towards a goal. I'm just trusting the person I'm becoming and on the way to becoming a world champion. So I'm just taking every day as it comes and making sure that I'm working as hard as possible every day.
Do you have any tips on how to, like you said, trust the process and also stay motivated in a time where perhaps things are slower than it usually is and there aren't as many opportunities for
Um,
people out there?
I just think it's never gonna last. Like, the tough times are never gonna last, you know. So you just have to kind of just go through it. You have to toughen up and go through it because, I could be getting upset, about, some people have lost jobs and stuff, but, at least I still have my health. At least none of my friends or family have passed away. Things are happening much worse to other people. So I have to just be grateful that I'm still able to live my dream, and I'm still
Mm.
able to work hard and do what I can do.
In terms of your dream on becoming a world champion, you do have a fight, I understand, on November 14th. So what can we expect from you then, and how can people support you?
Yeah, it's gonna be live on Channel 5, and it's everything's going right so far. The last two fights I knocked both of them out, so I've been coming back crazy. So everybody's really hyped about it. So yeah, I'm just excited to just ride the momentum and keep going and getting better and better.
I'm excited as well. I'm also a really big boxing fan. So the more we get, the better. It's been a weird year, I think, particularly tough for everyone. And one of the issues we just spoke
Mhm.
about with John in their interview is, the Black Lives Matter movement, everything that's going on right now. I know you're very socially aware, so I just wanted to get on your view on what's going on in the world right now, and what do you make of it?
Oh, I think it's a terrible thing that's happened. It's a very, very bad thing, and they have a right. We with everything that's happened, but I think as what's his name he was talking about earlier, Black Lives Matter doesn't mean all lives don't matter. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you have to take into consideration like what is actually happening at the moment. It's very, very serious. And I think a lot of things need to be done. Not just then. There's so many different types of racism. There's institutional racism as well, and there must be a way that we can actually sort this out and use our platform to notify everyone of the seriousness that's happening. And I even done that with my last two fights. I put end racism in the back of my gown and my boxing shorts. So a lot of people saw that and they were commending me for it. And it's just to share light on the situation and on everything that's happening.
I understand that you're from Brixton, so you are local to us here in London, and I've
Yeah.
read, a lot of things written about you, and also I've seen a lot of things, about you and your experiences growing up in London. Would you be able to share sort of I guess, any discrimination you faced and how you think going forward? I guess everything is about going forward and, like you said, fixing it and
Yeah.
improving things. Yeah, I guess from your experience, what's that been like, and what would you like to see people sort of do and react, especially here in London, to make sure we don't have those, I guess, younger
I
guys
mean,
coming up, people in your shoes don't face those kind of things that you did?
um, you know, what I think will be very, very important, especially for the kids growing up, is to have more youth centers, youth clubs to make the kids all know each other. You're less likely gonna be in trouble or get into conflict with another person if you know them or if you go to the same youth clubs and stuff. And that's what's they've been shutting that down a whole lot, and there's kind of there's a lot of animosity between the kids and teenagers growing up and the police. Imagine the police did a lot more things where, how can I say, a lot more community based stuff, just to gain the trust of the youngsters. I don't think there'll be things like that going on. Do you know what I mean? So I just think there's a lot that can be done, and what needs to be, how can I say it? Like, the reason I got into boxing and I found my talent for boxing was my mum brought me to the gym because when I was 11, my cousin, he got stabbed in the heart when he was,
Oh my
um,
gosh.
when he was in gang violence. He was doing up gang, and as soon as he passed his GCSEs, he got stabbed in the heart, and it was a very sad time for my family. And my mum brought me to the boxing gym, and the only reason why I kept going is because, when I was younger, no one said I can be anything. And these coaches, even though you're whack, you're getting beaten up, they're always saying you can be a champion, you can be a champion. And I kept coming back to hear those words of encouragement because I never heard those words of encouragement from anyone. So I was like, wow, they really think I can be something. And I just kept coming back. I kept coming back just so I could hear those words of encouragement again. And definitely think that's what kids really need. They just need somebody to tell them they can be something, and then, and people in the limelight, people of power, even the police, they can play that position, play that role, to inspire these kids.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. Yeah, obviously,
It's okay.
massive, condolences for you having to go through that and your family. I can't imagine what that's like. But the sad thing is, like you said, that's still happening, and there are people sort of not doing their part and making things maybe slightly worse for the kids growing up in London right now. Before we move on to our Rocket League tournament, King Jay, would you like to say anything to Isaac? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. So, for someone that's kind of grown up in ends as well, I wanted to ask a question of, do you feel like the youth club shutting down, do you feel like that has taken effect on the gang violence, or even not even just gang violence, just violence in general rising? Do
Yeah, big
you
time,
think that takes a
big
big
time.
effect, or?
It definitely has, because nobody knows each other anymore. That's how you got to know everyone. Everyone plays football after school at the local youth club. Everyone, plays pool or plays Xbox together after school. I remember because I was there. Do you know what I mean? And now
Same,
they took
same.
everything away. Nobody really knows anyone anymore. And another thing that's really boosted up the gang violence is social media. If someone from another area goes to another area, and back in the day, they'll have fisticuffs and they'll go about their business. But now somebody records it and he's embarrassed. So he's like, oh, do you know what? I got to go do something now. And I got to retaliate because I'm embarrassed on social media. That's basically what's been happening. And I definitely think the more community events, the more people get to know each other, and they'll be like, do you know what? You're not actually, most of it is because they don't know each other. I don't know this guy, so I have no reason to, how can I say it? I have no reason to like do something to him. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's just, if everybody knew each other, the more everyone knows each other. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Da, 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 they're less likely to cause a problem because they'll be like, oh, do you know what? I played pool with him. I played football with him. He's actually quite cool.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Thank you for that, man.
Yeah, I actually have a follow-up to that.
Yeah, no
I know
problem.
you like your gaming. I saw in your Twitter bio that you like games. Actually, I kind of wanted to know what games you play, but also, do you think maybe gaming is something that can have the power to bring people together, especially younger kids?
Oh yeah, definitely. I play Call of Duty, Warzone all day, every day. I go training, I play PlayStation, training, PlayStation, and that's all I do. I'm kind of introverted, that's all I do. And yeah, it definitely has I think e-gaming, music, sports, all of these things that can be in youth clubs and that can bring people together, and they're taken away. So what else are they really left with? Kids mostly get into things like that because they're bored. You know, they're bored, they just hang around with their friends and they see what their friends are doing. Oh, it sounds exciting, let me go and do that. And the reason why I wasn't taking part in any gang activity because after boxing training, you're so tired, you just want to go and sleep. You don't want to be hanging around until late at night with your boys outside. You just want to go over to bed because you're tired from hitting the bag and boxing. So you just need something to give to make your mind focused on something, you know, and that's literally what it was for me. Because when I was young, I was one of those kids where if I see something, I'm obsessed with it. So I'll do everything I can to like. I was so into boxing, yeah, I didn't think about anything else. You know, so I just think kids need that as well.
Well, it's great to hear that you're a fan of Warzone, because King J is definitely trying to, play some more COD. So maybe I'll see him
Let's
on. I see
go.
you on his
Let's
stream.
go.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe
Let's go.
go.
Let's go.
we
Let's
can
go. Let's
trio.
go.
We can trio, but I play on PC, so I don't know if that's like kind of
Oh, you
unfair
might
or
be
not.
different then.
But
You
yeah.
might be solid then. If you play on PC,
But I got it on
that's
both
another
PC and
level.
PS4.
Yeah, well, I think this is a dream trio here. We should definitely trio in Warzone. I
Let's
am
do it.
really, that is the only battle royale game I play right now. I think it's the only
Oh
one worth
wow.
playing, to be honest. Is with us, Isaac. Amazing to be able to speak to you,
Thank you.
and best of luck on your fight on November 14th. We will be right behind you, supporting you.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.